Hey everybody, it's Thursday night, which means it's time for some shop talk. I am Josh Olive with Haven Comics, and we're here to talk some shops. So stick around after this awesome intro video that makes us look way cooler than we are. Way cooler than we are. Not joking. Um, but people who are cool, there's somebody cooler than me, and we're going to go and bring him on now. That's Alan. What's up, Alan?
Certified badass.
What?
Certified badass.
I don't know what the break in the middle was. That was funny.
It took way too long for that to work. It kind of lost its luster there for a second.
Certified.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So what has been going on?
Man, it feels like I haven't talked to you in forever.
Dude, between your schedule and my schedule the last few weeks, we have been all over the map.
Yes, but we're here now, and we're going to have a killer weekend, right?
Oh, yeah, dude, I'm going to tell you, last Thursday when you texted me, or it might have been Wednesday, and you was like, hey, I've got this thing come up. There's no way I can do it. Can you go solo, or do you want to go solo? As soon as I read that text message, I turned into dude, I was like a little girl. I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, I can take a break. And dude, last Thursday night, I literally sat there in the chair and just stared at the TV. I can't even tell you what I watched. God, that was a much needed night off.
Sometimes you just gotta sit and stare.
Oh, I know. So there is one thing. I do have a bone to pick with Aaron, and I hate that he's not here.
Yeah.
But hopefully he will see this, or you can tell him about this. And I did not text him and tell him this. I wanted to say it on here, so there is a record of it being said.
Oh, wow. Okay, this sounds serious.
So a few weeks ago, Aaron and I did the show.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, there was this leaked Doomsday trailer. Let's watch it and see what's going on. We watched the trailer, and he's like, oh, that's just AI garbage, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? The official Doomsday trailer came out, and everything that Aaron said was leaked garbage was in the official trailer.
Interesting. Yeah, we got to call him on the carpet on that.
Yes, we do.
Aaron, you're our film correspondent, dude. You got to come through on this stuff, man.
But no, I am back to something you said a minute ago. I am looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be a long day, and it's going to be rough, and I'm going to crash hard when I finally get home. But I'm just at a place right now where I can't be gone all weekend.
Yeah.
You know, with everything that I got going on at the house. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Saturday.
It's going to be a fun day.
And since I know that he has almost completely and totally given up, I cannot, and he will not watch this, I can say it out loud. I cannot wait until Saturday when we're sitting at lunch and I send Nick a picture of me and Dustin, and at the bottom of it, it's going to say, I'm his brother now.
That's fair. That's fair. What's up, Tots? Always good to hear from you. And Mike, he's back. What's happening, Mike? I feel like I haven't got to talk to you in forever either. Our schedules have been so out of sync. Al and I were just talking. It feels like we just haven't seen each other in forever.
I know, Mike. Are you headed to
Farley
Con this weekend? We will be there Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, did you go to San Diego?
I hope to see Cully again. It has been a long time. When the last time he came by Haven, I wasn't there. And did Tom call me and say, hey, man, Cully Hamner's over here. You got to come? No, he did not. Tom?
Yeah. I have always wanted to go to San Diego Comic-Con, but at the same time, I do not want to deal with that crowd.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
Um,
I've only done Dragon Con one time. I was like,
and
okay,
that's a
this was cool.
nightmare.
Yeah, this was cool, but I'm not dealing with this crowd again.
Speaking of San Diego Comic Con, I've got to read you something that I got. Let's see, here it is. From Grace, who used to be at Haven, and then she moved out to California because the NASA center out there had the work that she wanted to do. So I didn't see this until Sunday afternoon, and she sent this message on Friday. So she said, "Hey, need a G.I. Joe Con exclusive from Hasbro at San Diego Comic Con." And I was like, "I am so sorry. I'm just seeing this because that would have been cool." And she says, "Well, good news." So then she says, "Do you want me to ruin the surprise or wait until I'm in Huntsville on August 29th?" And I said, "I think I'll wait." Actually, I said it's up to you. And she says, "I think I'll wait because it's ridiculous." So I don't know what the heck she picked up. But
Nice.
It's ridiculous.
There was something. I'm having to jump over and look at it.
And then said she's repping her Haven Comics T-shirt at San Diego Comic Con. So I was like, awesome.
That is awesome. I'm jumping over to Hasbro Pulse right quick. Because there was a figure on there that I had not seen before, and I was like,
that super weird Minotaur looking thing.
Oh, from the cartoon, the Fatal Flunkies?
Yeah.
No, this was another one. Was it Hit and Run?
Hit and Run's been out for a while.
I'm scrolling down through the figures now. Maybe it was. I got to look to see because I've never seen this one before.
Most of the stuff that they've been posting lately has been stuff from the cartoon.
Yeah, they had a lot at San Diego.
Yeah.
But yes, this is it right here.
You gonna share it up on the screen?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. This is actually Legacy Collection Action Soldier.
Oh, so yeah. Yeah.
Okay, come on.
So not modern G.I. Joe as we know it since
Larry. Yeah, not modern G.I. Joe, but this, as soon as it pulls up, this was one of those that I was like, heck yeah. Oh, would you hurry up?
Yeah, I don't know what's taking it so long.
Dude,
your computer is so slow.
The internet's been slow out here the past couple of weeks.
Well, it's getting ready for back to school.
Yeah, really. If that ever pops up, I'll show you right quick. Yeah.
Alan asked earlier, I don't know if you heard Mike, but are you planning to go to FarleyCon this weekend? Because if so, we'll see you there on Saturday. Farley. Huh. Dude, I missed that one too. That one looks pretty good.
Yeah, that one's looking pretty wicked. I may have to jump on that one.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Fantabulous. So we haven't talked comics in a really long time. Let's talk some comics.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to start out with a big one that I powered through last night, and I don't know if you've read it. I know there was a something going on. I think it was behind the scenes. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know what the dirt is. To be honest with you,
you must be talking about the Hunger in the Dusk Volume 2 trade.
Yes.
Yeah. IDW really pulled a crappy move on everybody there. They put out 4 issues of 6 and then said, we're not going to put out the other 2 in issue format. You're going to have to wait a year and change for a trade to come out.
Yep.
What kind of boneheaded move is that?
I mean, I don't know. I hate that they did it this way. Have you read it yet?
No.
Oh my God, Josh, this is so good. And
well, I'm sure it is. I mean, I've got it right here. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet.
There is one line that when you get to it and you see what's going on, it is like earth-shattering line. I mean, it's gonna hurt you, but there is one line that literally says the songs were written before their bodies were even cold.
Yikes.
And you're just like, holy crap. I really hate that it turned out the way that it did with The Hunger and the Dusk, because this was an amazing book.
It was a great, well-written book. The art was great. Just a winner all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah, and even though it is a trade, and we normally don't do trades when we do our end of year show.
Well, we didn't have a choice. That's the way they gave it to us after
Yeah, I mean,
teasing us.
this was so good. The ending was so satisfying. The whole story is perfect from beginning to end. Don't be surprised if this might be at least in my top 2 or 3 for book of the year.
You know what we ought to do?
What we need to do?
We ought to have G. Willow Wilson come on the show.
I would love to talk to her.
Because this book it's so good. It's very firmly in the fantasy genre, but it doesn't stick to a lot of the stuff that you expect from a fantasy genre, and that's a totally awesome thing.
Yeah, and a lot, and I know this may end up making some people mad and everything, and I'm not trying to, because this is just a personal thing with me. I don't read a ton of fantasy like that, because to me, a lot of the stories just feel the same. This actually was totally felt fresh and new to me.
I do read a lot of fantasy, and I absolutely get that.
Now, here's one, and I don't know the answer to the question that I'm about to ask you, and I'm sitting there thinking, if I don't know the answer, there's got to be other people that don't know the answer.
Okay.
Maybe Josh can tell us the answer. If not, I will take it up with the creator of the book this weekend.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
This is an amazing cover.
Yep.
But it's a glow-in-the-dark cover.
Yep.
How am I supposed to get this protective cover off so I can enjoy the real cover without destroying the book?
Well, you just pull it off.
Well, I don't want to run that risk. I honestly thought about, presenting my argument to Mark and then saying, now draw the cover on this for me.
That sounds like a fun thing for him to do on Saturday.
I'm going to hold off on these 2 books right here. I want to go through these quick, because some of them I did just grab some stuff that was really good that we haven't talked about in the past few weeks, and I will fly through this because I'm looking forward to our conversation tonight about the other. Wonder Woman 35.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert for those of you that do not know by now, Wonder Woman unalived herself for a very specific reason.
Yep.
We get like this really good story that Steve is telling Trinity, their daughter, while they're on the River Styx coming back. It was a great issue.
It really was.
It was a really good issue.
Despite the lack of Dan Mora artwork.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I would love to recommend Wonder Woman right now, but I can't, because we're so deep into this story.
Well, you can recommend the book. It's just not a good place to start, right? So people can go and start earlier.
Yeah, and this right here is was this the first issue that Tom King didn't write it?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Yeah, so we're about to start heading in a new direction, and we'll see how it goes. This next book is frustrating the hell out of me, because the second you think you've got something figured out, they completely and totally change it. I'm so confused. I'm mad, and I want the next issue right now, and that's Absolute Green Arrow number 3.
Well, now you're going to have another 8 more issues to be mad at it?
Yeah, and it's been so good. It really, all joking aside, it's been good. It keeps the reader guessing. They've done a great job keeping the lid on it. It's definitely a whodunit.
Yes.
I mean, it's great.
Less of a whodunit and more than a who keeps doing it.
Exactly.
And some creepy stuff in that issue.
Yeah, it really was.
There's some super creepy, like horror movie stuff in that issue.
Yeah, and it fits the Absolute universe so well.
Oh yeah.
Next up, not a ton to say about it. This was pretty much a one-shot issue. The main reason why I did grab this out of the stack, I know it come out a couple of weeks ago. Josh and I have been singing the praises of Ryan North and Fantastic Four for a while.
Yep.
And the reason why I grabbed this issue is to say this: if you're interested in Fantastic Four, pick up issue 15. This was a one-shot issue, kind of bridged the gap. It was a good issue. It was a fun little story. If you're just kind of curious, this would be a great issue to grab. If you want to go with the next arc, start with 15. But this was a fun issue for me.
Oh, I agree. I thought that was good.
G.I. Joe 24, solid issue. But the main reason why I wanted to bring it up is, especially for anybody
because you want to read the next issue. That's why.
Yeah, you want to read the next issue because, and I know there's a lot of people that do this, and I'm not knocking on them. We are going to get a first appearance in the next issue. So if you want a copy of the next issue, y'all definitely need to let Josh know if you're local, because there is a first appearance, and I did see a picture of what that character is going to look like, and holy crap!
Yep.
Wow. Next one, we've talked about it several times. We're on issue 4 of Corpse Night, and all I've got to say
is, such a good book.
Joan, what are you doing, Joan? You weren't supposed to react that way. Have you read it yet?
Yeah.
Ooh, it was rough.
It was.
Y'all know I have a standing rule. In the couple of years that we've been doing this, I do everything that I can not to trash a book.
Yep.
There's
we do try to keep it positive.
Yeah, there's really and truly only one book that I ultimately trashed, and that was Alpha Flight. This one I'm trashing for an entirely different reason. I normally do not pick up books like this. It was in my box, and I thought, okay, somebody wants me to read it. I'm going to check it out, and it's called NSF West.
And you read that?
I read it. Have you read it?
No. I'm trying to remember who put that in your box, because somebody did. They were like, this will be funny. We'll see if Alan actually reads this.
I did read it.
I don't remember who it was that did that, but it was funny.
Okay, I did read it because I'm like, okay, somebody wants me to read this. I'm going to read it, and I'll give an honest opinion on it. Because I know that I'd never signed up for this.
No, and I did not sign you up for that either.
So for those of you that don't know, this is basically the female version of G.I. Joe, but with more risque clothing and let's just say endowments. How about that? This book actually makes me extremely mad, and here's the reason why. I know some people are into stuff like this, but it would be different if it was at least a good story. It was absolute trash. The story wasn't even good. The artwork was great. I mean, it was some really not Cell 4. It was some really good artwork. But the reason why it makes me mad is a publishing company literally wasted money on this, when there are hundreds, if not a couple of thousands, of amazing writers and artists in this country that would kill to have a book with this production, that have amazing stories to tell, but yet you wasted your money on this garbage. So, yeah, go find you. Yeah, it was trash. It'll end up in the garbage, I promise you.
I want to say that was Nick that put that in your box. He stopped by for something.
Well,
and I want to say it was Nick.
That would not surprise me because I put stuff in Nick's box all the time.
Yeah.
So, but it's honestly, I saw it and I was like, well, somebody wants me to read it. I'll read it and give my opinion on it. But yeah, it just aggravated me because I was sitting there thinking there are some amazing writers out there that would kill for this opportunity.
Oh, Grace, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That looks like a fun book. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yep. Another one that will definitely not end up in the trash, and this book just recently announced that it's gotten its own video game, and that's Final Boss issue number 8.
Yep.
Fun stuff. This one, ooh, ooh. I love the fact that all Blade had to hear was Midnight Suns. Oh yeah, I'm in. That was awesome.
But I have a sales pitch. I don't need to hear it.
Yeah, that was great. So definitely loving what McKay's doing.
What
there.
do you think about that lineup of the Midnight Suns that they're pulling together?
That's an interesting lineup. I can't wait to see how. I loved, and I'm not a big Robbie Reyes fan.
I'm not either.
And it's just simply because, and I know this is going to be sacrilege for some people,
because it's a car and not the motorcycle.
Yeah, and
it bothers me.
Yeah, to me, Ghost Rider is Carter Slade and Johnny Blaze. But that's also what I grew up with.
I'll even take Danny Ketch.
I never really got into Danny Ketch.
I never liked Danny Ketch personally, but I liked his motorcycle the best. His motorcycle was awesome.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they're going to do Daredevil in this. So we'll just have to see. But there's definitely a big fight coming in the next issue.
Daredevil is an interesting choice to add to Midnight Suns.
He really is. Now, I'm kind of wondering if they're adding him to Midnight Suns because we just come off that big, massive storyline of him fighting the 7 deadly sins.
Could be, but Daredevil's also being added into the Avengers in this upcoming run. So Daredevil going to be on 2 different teams, which is really unusual for him. So I think that speaks to the quality of what's going on with Daredevil right now. They're like, we got to put him in some other stuff, see if he can't salvage these other books.
Yeah, really. And God, Stephanie Phillips is doing such a good job.
She's killing it.
Next up is, and this come out last week. It was a number 1. I decided to get it and give it a shot.
Oh, yeah.
There was nothing really stand out or special about it. I mean, some people might read it. I mean, it was not a bad book. I'm not trashing the book. It was not a bad book. It was good art. It was a decent story. It was well presented, but it just didn't tickle my fancy. There was nothing in it that made me go, I've got to get issue 2.
I think that book, I think it has a lot of potential. Let's talk about who's writing it. It's written by Robert Kirkman and Joe Casey. It's got art by Art Adams, Andy Kubert, and David Finch. Those are the 3 series artists on that book. Phenomenal talent putting this book together, right? Pulled no punches on the production values, the blind bags. They've already got 18 issues of that book in the can, so it's not going to be late, despite these artists who are like really fastidious and going to go through line by line all this stuff, right? Like on paper, that book should work. They committed the rookie mistake. They forgot to make you care about the characters in the book.
Yeah.
They got so wrapped up in here's the plot, here's the setting, here's the world, here's the stuff. They forgot to make you care about the characters. Because if you don't care about the characters, the rest of it doesn't matter.
And then the one character that I was actually starting to get interested in,
destroyed, right?
Yeah.
They destroyed any semblance of being able to do anything going forward with that character.
Yeah, unless that's just part of the power somehow coming back. But it lost me because of that one scene.
That's not the scene that did it for me, or that like just didn't catch me. I mean, I'm going to give it a couple more issues to see how it goes. Like I try to give a book 3 issues to see if it can get started, right? But no, I agree. That book failed on making me care about the characters.
Yep.
But so everybody has an idea of what the premise of the book is. Essentially, Robert Kirkman and all these guys looked at Marvel and said the X-Men suck. The X-Men have sucked for a long time, like literally 20 years at this point. The X-Men have been terrible. We're tired of there being a world with no good X-Men in it. So they said, why don't we just create our own X-Men? And so that's what they set out to do. But I think rather than starting off with, here's your little merry band of adventurers going about doing their thing, they started off with both the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And you're seeing both sides of the story. And so you don't really have a clear picture of who to root for. You think you know, but then you don't. And then there's a lot of stuff that felt like it was weird just for the sake of being weird. Like nobody in an editorial is holding us back, so we're going to make this character just super weird.
Yep.
Like there's a giant eyeball. There's a character that's nothing but a giant eyeball. You're like, that's not enticing to me. I don't really want to read the adventures of a giant eyeball. So I'm going to give it a couple more issues, but yeah, that really failed the fundamental task of make me care about these characters.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to give it a couple more issues, to be honest with you. It did absolutely nothing for me. Like I said, it's not a bad book. It just didn't speak to me on any level. Now, it's been well documented. It even gets talked about in the comic book. There are tons of people around the world that do not like Superboy Prime.
Yep.
If you read issue 39 and then issue 40, I promise you will love Superboy Prime by the end of issue 40. Josh Williamson has done a great job with this character. The Superboy, and that actually leads me to this book, but the Superboy Prime story arc is over with because, and this come out last week, he makes a couple of comments in it. Phenomenal read, really great. Josh Williamson, I think that kid might have a future.
Seems pretty talented.
But if you picked up this week's Superman Year 1000, this is the Mark Spears cover.
Year 1000.
Superman is on his way back. This was actually a cool issue for a one shot. A really cool annual one shot. I love it.
What'd you think about that cover artist?
You know what? He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
You got any pointers?
I think he deserves a different model. But
oh, you've already been in one of his comics.
I know. But this was yes, it does lead in as to how Superman is about to come back, but this was a great story. I mean, really fun to read. This one came out yesterday. I'm not going to get the next couple of comic books. I'm not going to give any spoilers because they did come out this week. But I do highly recommend Superman Year 1000. Just a really good, solid read.
Year 1000.
The next one, and I don't know why these covers keep popping up, but we got a Justice League Night Vision.
Yeah, it looks like it's by the same guy.
Yeah, it looks like it's by the same guy. He might have a future one day. If we can just get his name out there. But this was another good, solid read. It was fun. I did enjoy it. I like the dynamic of Lex Luthor and Batman working together. So this was good stuff. Have you read either one of those yet?
No, not yet. I was out last week, and I've been out. Not been able to get by the store.
Yeah, so much going on right now. I just ran up the store yesterday. Because I got a lot of stuff I need to get done tomorrow before Saturday. And then this next book. I'm not so sure this man likes some of his fans. We got Midnight Man issue number 2.
Yeah.
And judging by the end of it, we're going to be getting Midnight Man issue number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, believe it or not, this is actually a fun read. And there were parts of it that I was kind of laughing at because we're getting the complete story. It's just part of it happened earlier in the day and part of it is happening that night. So we're kind of going back and forth. And the part that happens during the day actually happens at a comic book store with people lined up out front because they're all in line to get Mark Spears to sign their books. I thought that was hysterical.
That is very funny.
If we go all the way back, everybody, and I'm not going to do any spoilers on this, but everybody knows we had the kid that got yeeted off of the water tower.
Yep.
I believe issue 8 of Monsters.
It was like 6.
Was it 6? It was. Yeah. And then in Midnight Man #1, we met, and then he ends up becoming Midnight Man. In Midnight Man #1, we ended up meeting Fergus. He was the big guy in the comic book store.
Yep.
That was talking all the trash about Mark Spears comics.
Yep.
Well, in this, Fergus is in line, and oh my God, this was so bad. I actually started laughing, like legit laughing at this. Fergus is in line to get the signatures on the books. And they're like, but you don't even like Mark Spears. And he goes, oh, I know. I've already sold everything that I've ever bought, but I've got some other stuff that I'm going to sell now, that I'm going to get him to sign now so I can sell and make even more money. They're like, you don't even need to be wearing that Mark Spears t-shirt. Where did you get the books from? Oh, my God. Fergus decided that he needs to be taken care of so bad. He went to the kid's mom and told her that he wanted to take his favorite Mark Spears books and get them autographed by Mark Spears so he could give to needy children.
Wow. What a jerk.
And I know I said I wasn't going to do any spoilers, but if you like demented humor like that, y'all have got to grab Midnight Man 1 and 2. Yeah, Mark does something in this book that I'm actually going to force Mark to sign this book. And I don't get Mark's signature on a lot of stuff. Because, I'm not trying to flip it or any of that stuff.
You never get me to sign anything. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going to get Mark to sign this because of what he does in this book.
To my biggest fans.
It was so funny. And then I got these other 2 books that y'all may have heard of, and I won't be talking about them just yet, but it's the same book, just 2 different covers. Y'all know I had to snatch the Absolute Batmans.
Yep.
I had to get both of them. So that's it.
Well, I've got one book I want to talk about real quick. What'd you do that for? And I'm going to guess you have not seen this nor picked it up.
No, I have Nathan Fillion.
Correct.
Really?
Correct. Written by Nathan Fillion. This is a small town sheriff just going about his day, just doing his thing.
Ooh, is he a small town sheriff like he was in the movie Slither?
There may be some parallels.
Have you ever seen Slither?
Yeah.
Ooh, there is a line that he drops in that movie that I don't think I've ever laughed harder at any movie.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a small town sheriff in a town that is full of people in the witness protection program. And there's a murder. The little local newspaper has long since gone out of business, and so there's like these 3 high school kids who are the local news for all intents and purposes. Um, and they just eavesdrop on people and then tweet out what's happening, that kind of stuff. And they accidentally actually hear something important. And so it just gets all over town like wildfire. And then there's a circus. I mean, this book is demented. Um, but it's kind of fun. The very last page, you know how they do in all the murder shows, they have the big murder board that has all the red strings going to this or that, or the lines going to this or that.
Yeah.
Well, up at the top of it, it says suspects. And they have a picture of where the body was found in town. And then there's literally dozens of lines out to possible suspects. Dozens and dozens. Because everybody in the witness security program is a suspect. This was a fun book. It's an intriguing premise. It's a fun book. It's written by Nathan Fillion. If you're going to Dragon Con this year, he will be there. Take this book and get him to sign it. Take my copy, get him to sign it. But yeah, if you like that kind of thing, pick it up and give it a read. I give it my thumbs up. I recommend it. Yeah, what the?
Bless you.
Whew. Yep, that sure was a sneeze. So that's some comics, and we've got something else to talk about tonight too. So let's get to it. What do you say?
I am all ready to always talk about that. There was
Do you
a
want to
lot
stay
of
in this
news.
format like we normally do, or do you want to go to this one?
No, I like the other format.
I do too.
I don't know how I like that. Kind of freaks me out a little bit. There was a lot of news that come out of San Diego over the weekend.
Yes, there was.
So, well, let's start off this way. What book are you on?
Oh, I finished them all.
Oh, you're done with all of them?
And I've gone through the first one again.
Okay. So, you know what? Let me do this because we're about to talk about something for a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Here comes your Dungeon Crawler Carl spoilers. If y'all have not read it, this is the moment where you mute or you lean in and we give you a reason to read it. So in book 7, The Inevitable Ruin, there were 2 parts in that book that I legit teared up when they happened. And I was not expecting it. One, when they were standing at the center of the city and all the crawlers were standing around them on the different rises and they were throwing the flowers and she's like, and they were chanting, she's like, it's for you and Donut, 22,000 people.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't save them all, but look at how many you saved.
Yep.
And then, dude, the one that made me put the book down and go, that son of a bitch. I mean, I was like wiping my eyes, is when he radioed in, that one dude radioed into the ship at the end of it. And the last thing he said was, are the suits ready? And the guy goes, yeah. And he goes, good. We've got a pregnant veteran down there and we're going to get her.
Yep.
And I was like, son of a bitch, I need that book now too.
Yeah.
Dude, that book was so good. That book series actually makes me mad because you can go from laughing hysterically.
Are we still talking spoilers?
No. Yeah. You can go from laughing hysterically to, I can't believe I'm reading this. This is absolutely stupid, to tearing up and wiping your eyes, screaming, this is the greatest book ever written.
Oh, boy. Well, Mike, it goes a little like this. It's goofy. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely gratuitously violent. It's disgusting, often perverse.
No.
sacrilegious, blasphemous. It's all of that. It is all that. It is also hysterical, um, surprisingly heartfelt, and connects on an emotional level you would not expect. I did not expect.
Mm-hmm.
And when you boil it all down past the silliness of it all, it's a story of somebody who is just trying to survive. And then he goes from just trying to survive to trying to help as many people as possible survive, while also trying to nuke the entire system that destroyed the earth and everybody on it, just so they could recoup some minerals and make a lot of money off of an intergalactic television show about people plunging through a dungeon and dying in hilarious ways.
And he goes to such a level that no one in the universe has ever seen before. And I could not stop laughing at this part. An entire alien species drafts a contract and signs it and presents it to him. They are willing to politically back him throughout the entire universe as the de facto ruler of Earth,
Sure. Yep.
just so they will not have to fight him. An entire one man against an entire species. I couldn't.
The thing with it is kind of like we just talked about with Terminal Number One, where it committed the sin of it did not make me care about the main characters or didn't make me care about the characters. This one commits a lot of other sins and like jumps in with both feet and just rolls around in them. But it makes you care about the characters. You really care about the characters. And you can't stop laughing. I mean, there are legit 4 or 5 places in every single one of these books that cracks me up so hard. I'm laughing out loud. And my wife is like, what in the world has got you so tickled that you can't stop laughing?
Uh-huh.
Every single one of them, 4 or 5 times, has got that. And then the man, I will say, it after, like, by the time you get through book 6, 7, 8 in there, it wears a little bit thin. But the man has a gift for a choice simile that is just like so off-putting. You're like, oh my god, that was hideous. On the second floor, I think, as they're going through this dungeon, they have to progress to lower and lower floors because the ones they start to collapse, and so you have to keep going or you die. And the whole thing is televised out to the galaxy, and it's like being in a video game while also being on a reality TV show. It's very similar. It's like that combination of things. But on the second floor, I think there are these giant bugs. They just, in my brain, they kind of look like big roly polies or something like that, right? Just cockroach things, whatever they are. And at one point, he hits one so hard that it explodes. And when I say giant, they're like the size of a cat, right? And when you hit it so hard, it explodes. And he said it exploded like a balloon full of coconut pudding. And that was such a disgusting visual. It's like, oh my God, that's hideous. But it was also hilarious. It's really funny. I will say this, Mike. I'm not a big consumer of audiobooks. I'm more of a page turner reader kind of a guy. But I was introduced to book 1 on a 12-hour car ride home from Waco, Texas. And I went through the audiobook because that's how you do it when you're driving, right? And I got home and immediately had to buy the audiobook myself because I was riding back with a friend from Texas. Immediately had to buy the book myself and listen to the rest of it because I had to see how it ended. And in less than 4 weeks, I breezed through all 8 books, and I've gone through the first one a second time. If that tells you anything.
Mike, I mean, I don't know. If you have a Kindle Unlimited account, you can actually get them free through Kindle Unlimited, but that's only going to go for so much longer, and then they are going to pull them off. They'll still be available on, to purchase through Kindle Unlimited, but the free versions no more. I don't know if that's got something to do with them getting ready to start the TV show or what.
2 things. One, your mashup of Squid Games with Dante's Inferno, very on target.
Yep.
Very on target. Instead of 9 Rings of Hell, there's 18. But yes, extremely on target. And I was saying, I don't normally do audiobooks. However, the audiobooks for this series are spectacular. It's more like a 1940s radio drama. It's got a lot in common with a 1940s radio drama, and I was here for it. Since that's how I was introduced to the books, that's how I consumed the rest of the series, and absolutely worth it. It's hysterically funny. It's disgusting. It's hideous. And there are so many ways people can die that you never would have thought of. But it introduces characters like Raoul. just listening to Raoul talk makes me laugh.
Yeah, Raoul was the crab, correct?
Yes.
And what exactly did Carl do to the crab on the beach, by the way?
He didn't do anything.
Not according to the system AI.
I'm aware of what the system AI thought he did. He did not do anything.
Out of everything that happens in that book series, the one scene that made me go, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about this. Was when the system AI had Carl inside the temple and was massaging his feet.
Oh, yeah.
What the system AI did, that was the scene that made me uncomfortable.
As it should have, because that was hideous.
It wasn't hideous. It was downright disturbing.
Yes, it was. It was many things. None of them
so
good.
Like, out of all the characters in that book, Samantha.
She's hilarious. She's my favorite. I love her.
Well, and saying that's the thing about it. I started out absolutely hating Samantha, but then Samantha grew on me, and now she's one of my favorite characters.
Just for the record, so everybody knows, I'm trying to think of a way that I can say this on our G-rated, PG-rated channel. Samantha is the spirit of a goddess of some sort,
mm-hmm.
who is currently stuck in and inhabiting the body, or the head, not the body. There is no body. It's just the head that got broken off of a sex doll.
Whose favorite line is, I'll kill your
mother. Yep, she says that a lot. It's so bizarre. So your 2 main characters are Carl and Princess Donut, who is a cat. And you're like, how in the world can a cat be a main character? Well, she is. And she is spectacular. She's such a cat. This is a mild spoiler if you want to put this down.
She's a freaking sociopath is what she is.
Because she's a cat, and cats are sociopaths. They all are. That's just part of their nature. Um, in the first book, it's such a video game. Like you have to fight minions, and you have to fight little this and little that. But then you have boss battles. Boss battles. And they all drop loot and stuff like this, and you have to collect things to improve your stats and your skills and all this stuff to go through. Well, I think it's the second. It's one of the early bosses that they fight. They trick a whole bunch of goblins into leaving this big cave where they're making all kinds of explosives and super powered steam engines and things like that. They trick them all into leaving to go start a war with some lava breathing llamas that have been horning in on their meth trade. And they know that on the other side of this door is a boss that they need to kill. And it's the warlord of all the goblins. Well, they learned from an earlier boss battle that if you go in the room with the boss, you get locked in and you can't get out. And they don't know how strong he is. They know he's stronger than they are. And they're like, well, we're going to get killed if we go in there. We can't do that. So they come up with this plan. They're like, all this explosive stuff laying around. They essentially strap it all onto a grocery cart or something like that and set it all up to blow. And so the cat is going to open the door. He's going to push the grocery cart full of explosives through there. They're going to run like crazy and get away by the time that it explodes. So good to see you, Daniel. Hope everything's going good, brother. So they have to get the heck out of there before it explodes. And so they start running. And Carl looks at the cat, and the cat has been turned into a sapient character, so she can talk and all this kind of stuff, right? And he goes, "Was the boss in there?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Great." And then just before it explodes, she goes, "There sure were a lot of babies in there." And he's like, "What?" And you're going, "What? What? That can't be right." But she's a cat, so to her it's just like whatever. And then kaboom, and he's like, "Oh my god!" It's the humor at times. The humor is very, very dark.
Oh yeah,
90% of the time it's very, very like 13, 14-year-old boys. But I was one of those once, and I still find that stuff funny. So
yeah. Donut has got. I love that when I want to say it was in book 8, the whole scene in the beginning of book 8, the whole scene with her and the orc lawyer, and that's all I'm going to say because that is a spoiler.
That is a phenomenal scene.
It shows how vicious and smart Donut can actually be.
Wasn't an orc.
I thought it was an orc.
It's the Nagas.
Oh, the Nagas. But then,
jeez, get it right, Alan.
No, because she was supposed to be in line for the Orc Empire.
No,
wasn't she? I thought she
the
was
Naga Empire, the Blood Sultanate.
That's it. Gotcha. I'm with you now. It's been a while.
Not the Skull Empire.
And then there was one where it talks about in book 8, where they're talking about that. I believe there's been they're talking about unaliving certain people.
Yep.
And somebody makes the comment about they would never try to kill Princess Donut because they're afraid of what Carl would do.
Yes.
And Princess Donut is like, they're always saying that, but they don't understand what I'll do if they kill him.
Yep.
And you're just kind of like,
nasty.
That was rough.
Yeah, she is nasty. She's something. All the little truth bombs that she drops, where like Carl is finding out that Manga will be appalled. That's true.
Wait a minute, which one is book 4?
I don't even remember. But all the little truth bombs she drops in the early going about like Carl's girlfriend having other boyfriends and stuff like that is
Oh my
so funny
God.
because it's so deadpan. And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "It's just what? You didn't know? How stupid are you?"
Yeah, that's the bubble book, isn't it? Gate of the Feral Gods.
Um.
Yes, I believe that's the book in the bubbles.
Yes, that is. That's
Yeah,
because the camel people and the little gnomes. Yes.
yeah, that was I mean, the entire, and that's where that's also where Samantha gets
Yes.
introduced.
Introduced. Yep.
I mean, it's literally. I made the mistake, and I want to go back through and reread them, but I blew through that entire book series in about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I could not put them down. And that'll also show you, yeah, we're looking at 4,000 or 5,000 pages when you put it all together. Maybe a little under that. But that'll also show you how easy of a read it is. It's a very easy read. But yeah, I need to go back through and reread it because some people be like, book 4 or book this. And I'm like, wait, which book was that? And I got to stop and think about it for a second.
Yeah, they all blur together to me into one giant book. I will say. One of my other favorite things is the fact that, like a lot of video games, there's a chat feature so that you can just talk to each other instead of interacting out loud with the world. And Princess Donut always types in all caps. And so it literally sounds like she's yelling inside his head. And he's like, I know you know how to type not in all caps. I've seen you do it. She's like, be quiet, Carl.
You sound like you're yelling. I am yelling, Carl.
It's so great. It's so great. Those books are so much fun. They are so terrible and so awful. They are definitely 100,000% not for kids. Do not let a kid read that book, please. I just heard Matt Denneman was in Atlanta um, signing at a church of all things. I was really surprised by that. And some people came up and said, "Hey, our daughter asked you to wanted us to get you to sign these books for her." And he's like, "Oh, great. Yeah, he's thinking she's 17, 18 years old. She's like, "Oh, how old is she?" And they said 8. And she's like, he goes, "Please don't let her read these books." And they're like, "Well, she already did."
Oh,
he's
God.
He's like,
That's rough right there.
"Yeah, not intended for that. Do not let the kids read it."
Yeah, I did tell one of the guys that I work with, I'm like, hey, look, this thing keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I know how young kids are. I said, your daughter, she's 8. But it's funny you say that. She's 8. If she comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to read this, it's got a talking cat in it, the answer is absolutely not.
Yeah. Maybe in 10 years.
I mean, I honestly don't even know if I should have read it.
But no, we shouldn't have.
I mean, did you see what she did what that thing did to Mongo?
Oh, yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah. Poor Mongo.
Mm-hmm.
That's some fun stuff. But yes, if you're wondering why should you pick it up, why should you read it, it is a total mixed bag. It's like coleslaw for me, right? It's a whole lot of ingredients that on their own I don't like, but you put them together and I like it. It's a whole lot of ingredients all thrown together in this wacky concoction that somehow works. And it works for 8 books straight. And I can't wait for the 9th one. When is that supposed to come out, by the way? Do we know?
I don't think it comes out until 2027. I know that a lot of the stuff that he was talking about, because they're getting ready to do the TV show. They'll be doing a lot of that stuff. And he said, this literally comes straight from Matt Denneman. This will not be like Game of Thrones. You will end up with all 10 books before the TV series is over with.
Well, I should hope so.
Yeah. But I believe he's writing books 9 and 10. It's basically one big massive book that they're going to have to split in half because it's so big. And I believe 9 comes out in 2027, and then 10 will come out either late 2027 or early 2028. But by then we should, if it's not 2028, by then we should be getting the first season, at least the first season of the TV show.
One of the funny things with the audiobooks is in the first book, one of the character voices, he leans pretty heavy into a kind of Patrick Warburton impression a little bit.
Which one?
It's when he's doing Carl, sometimes he leans
into
a Patrick Warburton impression. But they liked it so much that for some of the next in the series of books, they actually bring in Patrick Warburton to do some of the voices. Or to voice some of the lines, and that's hilarious.
That is funny.
I've had friends that were telling me I needed to read these books several years ago, and I was like, I never even heard of that. That just sounds ridiculous. And it is ridiculous, and I should have listened. So, Damon, I'm sorry I didn't listen.
Well, Nick Ellis was the same way. He was all over me about reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I didn't listen. And then I don't even know why. I think I was scrolling on Kindle looking for something to read, and I saw that it was free, and I was like, it's free, I'll give it a shot. And then next thing I know, I'm just blowing through them left and right.
Do you do audiobooks much?
No. And
you should try these in the audiobook format, because it'll crack you up.
It's literally a time thing with me.
It hits in a whole time. Don't you have to drive to the office?
Yeah, but it's only like 30 minutes. How much am I going to get in 30 minutes?
30 minutes worth?
Yeah, that would take me like 6 years to finish the first book.
Nah. It would take you 30 days.
Whew.
At 30 minutes a pop.
I actually started
30 trips. So you're going home and back and take you 15 days.
Okay. I actually started a new book series night before last.
What'd you start?
It's everybody keeps talking. It's a fantasy series, but it's like a dark fantasy. It's called Empire of the Vampire.
How is it?
The first couple of pages are extremely sacrilegious.
Okay.
But you like to the point where I was like, I don't even know if I want to read this. But I did keep going. I was like, I'm going to at least read the first chapter. You start to understand why after that, and then it kind of drops that. But the whole premise is this fantasy world is completely and totally ruled by vampires. Humans are on the verge of extinction, or they're slaves. They're nothing but food. They're being kept somewhere. And there was a order that I can't think of the name right now. They were basically trying to kill vampires.
Okay.
And the last of that particular order, that's a human, gets caught. And it literally starts out with this. He's like a scribe. He's the vampire historian. And he's like, you're going to tell me your story so I can write this down. And then we're going to execute you. So, but it's kind of weird in the fact that apparently dried vampire blood is like the greatest drug that's ever been known.
Huh.
So, I mean, it's definitely going to be a dark fantasy. The only reason why when I picked it up was like Kaylisa said, Book Talk was all over it there for a while. and then it popped up on Kindle Unlimited. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Because that's what I get this really bad thing where if I read a book and I really enjoy it, I've got to have the hardback first edition of it.
Fair enough.
I can't even begin to tell you how many first editions I own of Anne Rice's Interview of the Vampire series, the Vampire Chronicles, and just about anything written by Clive Barker.
Speaking of Clive Barker, are you looking forward to the new Hellraiser comic?
I don't know. I don't know. It depends.
Well,
I mean, I'm going to check it out. Definitely going to check it out. But Hellraiser really and truly got done way too much. It was a lot of overkill. And that I can't remember the name of the movie company. They owned the rights to make the movie. And there for a while, even they made fun of it. In order to keep the rights, they had to come out with a movie ever so often.
Yep.
They would have these ideas for horror movies that had absolutely nothing to do with the Hell Priest. And then, like the producers or the owners of the company would be like, oh, no, wait a minute. You can do all that, but you got to make it a Hellraiser movie so we can keep the rights. But if you go back to the original novella that it's based off of, A Hellbound Heart, absolutely phenomenal. If you jump forward to the Scarlet Gospel that came out about 12, 13, maybe 14 years ago, it picks up with that. And it's actually did you ever see the movie Lord of Illusions? It picks up with the main character from Lord of Illusion. He's a paranormal detective named Harry Demora. And the Hell Priest, Pinhead, he actually hates the name Pinhead. He prefers the name Hell Priest. It's about those two. And now the Scarlet Gospel is the only book that I have ever read that when I finished reading the book, I felt like I needed a shower and I needed to pray. That's how bad it was. It was like awful. I mean, but I love Clive Barker, so I'm going to read his stuff.
So if he doesn't like being called Pinhead, has he considered maybe an alternate look?
Well, I don't think he really had a choice in that. I know I kind of went off on a tangent there, but yeah, I have to be very picky with books because I'll get a little obsessive and I will not stop until I get a first edition. So that's why I literally abuse Kindle Unlimited the way that I do.
Okay. Daniel, this reminds me, have you seen the new movie, The Long Walk? I just watched that. That was a rough watch. You knew it was going to be, but that was a rough watch.
Stephen King's always been hit or miss with me. I really don't think he's that great of an author. I think he was so different. There's a lot of stuff in his books that I just refuse to read, period. But that dude can write a short story like it is nobody's business. Mm-hmm. And if you look, the vast majority of his best movies were based off of the short stories.
I mean, The Shawshank Redemption is one of the best of all time. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the case most of the time. But I thought it was a good adaptation. I really did.
Yeah, if you ever decide to pick up a Clive Barker book, here are my two recommendations. The Thief of Always. And y'all can say that I'm full of it, but you can actually look this up online. The Thief of Always was considered such a perfect book that English lit professors adopted it into their college reading list, and they actually teach that book in college. They use it as a how to write a book. And then the other one is Imagica. You would like Imagica because it's more fantasy based.
Okay.
It's you have it's either 4 or 5 dominions. Earth was once a part of these dominions, and it's literally heaven, hell, purgatory, Earth, and then one other.
Uranus.
Yeah, Uranus. But you can still access the other dimensions at certain points around the globe. And there's this guy that he literally he said, I'm okay with Alan's Clive Barker picks. Those are honestly two of the best books that I've ever read. But this guy, he's an artist, and his name is Gentle, and he has amnesia. But what he doesn't realize is the amnesia kicks back in once every 10 years, and he is so much older than he even realizes.
Hmm.
And it's about him traveling the Dominion, basically reconnecting all of the realms. It's really, really good. Oh yeah, I mean, phenomenal books. I would even let my kids read The Thief of Always. It was just that good.
Very nice. So, circling back to Dungeon Crawler Carl, if somebody were to come up to you and say, "Why should I read this?" What would you tell them? Because I kind of answered with a really long, looping answer. What would you say?
So I'm gonna say it like this. It depends on the age of the person that asks.
We're assuming it's an adult.
Yeah, but well, no, what I mean by that is somebody our age, I'll be able to tell them exactly what they'll like about the book that's pointed right at them. You've got to admit, as stupid as it was, you probably snickered at the aha take on me scene.
Oh my God. I
And
howled.
now do
I
you
howled.
now do you realize why I used that song in the short?
Yes.
So, but if it's somebody like my son's age, I would explain to him about the video game aspect of it.
Yep.
One thing that I love about it that it's never mentioned, but a lot of like old school gamers would understand this. Carl starts out as a guy that, like you said, he's just trying to survive. You're not going to break me.
Yep.
Then it's how many people can he save?
Yep.
But if you literally go back to the inevitable ruin, when Carl shows up on the floor, the way he hits the floor and just literally walks in, looks at Donut and says, "You're with me, let's go." And then he just starts laying waste in that town. Carl is no longer a typical gamer, whether it's video game or RPG. Carl, when you look at it and you go back to the old school way of basically looking at these type of characters, he has become chaotic good.
Oh yeah, I think that's the perfect
And,
description of him because he's chaos like
yeah, and
crazy.
it's great to watch him transition from literally this dude that was broken. I mean, he does actually have a tragic backstory when you get to it.
Yep.
And B, let me tell you what, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't want to give any spoilers on that situation, but with everything that's going on, and then this guy realizes that the only true family he has is this cat. And then it turns into this found family scenario. I mean, when you go beyond the stuff, like some of the stuff that Samantha says and does, yes, it's hysterical and it's rude and it's crude. Some of the let's just say the entertainers from the Desperado Club, some of those situations are really bad also.
Yep.
But when you start looking at the found family aspect of it and everything this guy's going on, it's a great, great, great character to get behind. What was that?
I tell you, one of the things I
Yeah.
enjoy is when they start to figure out ways, um, and this is kind of an RPG aspect of it, right? Where a lot of times the GM will have a story laid out, they'll have a path mapped out, they'll have here's the things you can do, here's the way you have to go about to survive this, and they'll put you against these crushing odds that are inescapable. You're not going to live, but the characters figure out some wackadoo way that makes total sense somehow and works. Um, that's one of the things that I have really enjoyed within these books is the occasional we figured out a way to make this work. The impossible, we can make the impossible work. Um, and I will say, like running my game up at the shop, uh, my players they do that to me periodically, and those are my favorite moments from the game. Is when they take something that should never work
Mhm.
and or a situation they should never be able to get out of, and they figure it out. And it's super creative. It's super cool. It's better than anything I could have thought of. Uh, I love those moments. Those moments are the best.
Yeah, but I mean, it's what really and truly got me about the book series was when you take all of that stuff out of it, there's a ton of heartfelt moments in there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember you texting me talking about you can't believe Claudia did what she did, and I'm like, calm down, we gotta let this play. Take a breath.
Yes. Yes.
I'll meet you halfway and give you a hug if I need to, but we just gotta let this play out, Josh. Just let it play out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it would really depend on the person that said, "Hey, give me a reason to read this," because you can have multiple arguments on why you should read it.
Yeah, that's true. And there is a ton of comedy. Um, I think it does well balancing between the comedic and the heartfelt and the action and the thought provoking. I think it does a really surprisingly good job of that.
Yeah.
Um, one of my favorite characters in the series is introduced in the first book um, as kind of a throwaway character almost. Um, super old lady.
Oh yeah. I can't think
Um,
of her name right now.
really. Um, but I love, love, love her. She's so great. Where are you in the books, Kaylisa?
Oh, Kaylee said, just go with the spoiler. Just tell us. Oh yeah, Agatha. Agatha is not a much of a throwaway character as you think she is.
Agatha's weird.
Yeah.
Agatha's super weird. Yeah, all the weirdness that Carl kind of picks up on, she just the weird you learn. The more you learn, the weirder she gets. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
and see, that's another character. Oh crap. Look, is it Luamara?
Lucinda Marr.
Yeah, I can't honestly. I can't wait to see how they wrap up that character.
Yeah, yeah,
That
because
turned into
that's an extremely interesting character.
Yeah, and that turned into something that I was not expecting it to turn into.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Daniel.
Good night, sir. Daniel, well, before you go, are you going to be at FarleyCon this weekend? If so, we'll see you there. For anybody who's not going to FarleyCon, please go over to Haven, pick up your comics, your RPGs. This is a fifth.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fifth week. We had 5 Wednesdays in July, and fifth week Wednesdays are always
The fifth week blues.
quiet weeks. Yeah.
Yep.
So come by and keep Tom on his toes and make sure that he's paying attention. Well, it seems like a good spot to wrap up. It's a little bit early, but we'll call it. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us. We'll come back next week. We'll have some stories from FarleyCon, I'm sure. I'm super excited because I get to meet Steve Leialoha. He was the inker on the early G.I. Joe comics. Herb Trimpe was the penciler, and he died several years back. The fact that I never got to meet him is one of my big regrets. I would have loved to have met that man and said thank you to him, but I get to meet Steve Leialoha this weekend. I'm really excited. I also get to meet Ron Rudat, who was the guy who designed all the original G.I. Joe characters, the action figures and the characters. what they look like. So I'm excited to meet him as well. Um, Larry Hama was going to be there, but he injured his leg, and his doctor told him he's not allowed to travel, so he can't come. But, and this tells you how much Larry Hama likes this show. Larry Hama's agent is still coming.
I cannot wait to see what he brings. I saw
And
that.
he's bringing comics from Larry Hama's personal collection to sell, so that folks who wanted to meet Larry can still get something from Larry. How cool is that?
Mm-hmm. If you're local to the Chattanooga area, for us, it's like a 2-hour drive where we're going. I mean, it's a day trip for us. I cannot recommend this show enough. Even if you're not a major G.I. Joe fan, there are tons of toys at the show. This is one of the coolest.
Don't think I don't know which one, Mike. I know which one too.
Oh, you wanted the one with the old man in the beard? Got you covered.
He wants the creature from the Black Lagoon, and you know it.
Oh yeah, he wants the creature from the Black Lagoon. Booty in a bikini. I don't remember.
Yes, you do remember that.
Are you talking about that booty?
No, the one in a bikini, not that one.
I mean, what about if I have Mark draw a bikini on it?
Well, there you go.
Actually, I know what I'm going to have Mark do to it, so just stay tuned.
It's a great show.
Yeah,
the people that run it are awesome.
It's worth the 2-hour drive easily. I mean, we even have a friend, and there may be a couple of others that we know that'll be driving up from Atlanta because it's only like a 2.5 hour drive from them. It's a really nice venue. When you leave there, you got restaurants all around, nice area. I mean, it's just a great show. And we're kind of at that point right now where if you're jonesing for a little comic book convention, go take off. There's going to be comics. There's going to be toys. You could spend several hours just walking around looking at the toys alone.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, just great vintage stuff. I mean, it's a really good show.
And if you were a child of the 80s, this show is a magnet for the vendors who carry stuff from that time period. So you'll see the toys that you grew up with, and you're like, oh, my God, I remember that. I have to have it.
Yep, Silverback will be there.
Silverbacks is there, yes.
Is he wearing a bikini?
I bet he would for the right amount of money. I'll call him and tell him to pack one.
No, let's do this.
But yeah, it's going to be great. If you do need us to bring something back for you, Mike, let us know. We'll be happy to grab one of those foils for you for sure. But thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We'll come back next week. I'm sure we'll have stories from FarleyCon because we always do. Some of them we can share with public. Some of them we can't.
Some of them, just a couple of words are mentioned, and all we can do is sit and laugh. And nobody knows what we're laughing at.
And you know why we're both laughing right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a fun time. We're going to have some stories next week. We look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we will catch y'all next time. And like I said, if you're able, get out to Haven this week. We'd love to see you up there. Thanks so much, guys.